guest right now, James Herson. Of course, you know him as a best-selling author. You see him on all the major media outlets, media analyst. James, how are you?
Hey, fantastic. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for giving us some time today. I appreciate that. I used to be in mainstream journalism. I worked in television news for many years around the country and here in St. Louis. When I see these stories about fake news, I just shake my head because, number one, in a lot of these cases, you're either going to websites you shouldn't be trusting to begin with, or you're just too stupid to realize the difference.
Well, one thing that the mainstream media has lost is understanding the meaning of irony. For the mainstream media to publish stories about fake news is very much like President Obama warning about overusing executive orders.
Right.
Which he just did. It's because the mainstream media has been caught, and you as a journalist understand this so well, breaching every tenet of journalistic ethics possible. I mean, we have a reporter at Politico, Glenn Thrush, caught sending stories to the Hillary Clinton campaign so they can edit it before it's published. This guy gets fired from Politico and then is hired by the New York Times. These are scandalous things. It's the very, things that people right of center have been suspicious about the mainstream media over the years have been corroborated and proven by the emails that have been leaked that show, Donna Brazile leaking debate questions, members of the media colluding and having secret meetings with the DNC. Actually, what we suspected was far milder than the kind of things that occurred and are occurring now. And so the fake news story is in and of itself fake news. It's fake. It's phony. And they've used it as one of the series of excuses as to why Hillary Clinton, the rotten candidate who ran a bad campaign, who failed to connect mainly with working people inside the blue wall, lost, is one of the many excuses that they've come up with. But that doesn't stop their comrade, ideologically, Mark Zuckerberg, from making a horrible decision about Facebook, which I think could very well hurt the Facebook brand, to fix fake news by hiring fake fact-checkers like Snopes and PolitiFact. These are proven to be very dubious entities that used fact-checking as an excuse to editorialize.
Right.
And they have a track record that way and are populated by left-wing ideologues. So this is doomed to failure. By the way, the concept is that people who use Facebook will flag, the users will flag stories, and then those that are flagged at a certain level will be sent to the fact-checker to have thumbs up or thumbs down. If it's thumbs down, meaning that the story is dubious, it will have a disclaimer saying, warning, this story may contain untruths, something like that, and then it will be demoted in the news feed and not eligible for paid promotion. And all of those things are sort of a precursor for censorship and take away from the very essence of why the social media has been successful, why Facebook has been successful, because it gives autonomy and power to the user to decide. This is what I want to click on, and this is what I don't want to click on. And Facebook has already been caught in a scandal before where their left-wing editors censored out conservative viewpoints on the trending topics section.
Sure.
So this is doomed to failure, and it's just another sad excuse by people, and I cover people in Hollywood. They're suffering from ERD, and I don't think there's a cure for election results denial syndrome. And so, as a matter of fact, here in the Hollywood area, near where I live, you can't get a therapy dog. They're all booked up.
Or coloring books, for that matter, probably.
Right. Coloring books, Play-Doh, all of those things are in short supply.
To borrow from Jeff Foxworthy, if you get your news entirely from Facebook, you may be stupid. I won't call you a redneck, but you may. Seriously. My question is, who just gets their news from Facebook? I know a lot of millennials just get their news from things like BuzzFeed. the problem with this course we're going down is Facebook, as you suggested, will have editors who have a built-in bias, and as soon as somebody complains about a story they saw on Newsmax, then they're going to ban future stories from Newsmax, or they're going to specifically target media that might carry conservative stories or stories with a conservative bent.
Exactly, and what set this up are these elite writers and reporters from places like the New York Times and Washington Post writing these stories on fake news after Hillary Clinton called it an epidemic, said it was a threat that everyone should be concerned about. But they left out, obviously the name that comes up the most in the fake news stories is Breitbart's website.
Right.
Because that's been wrongfully demonized, even to the point where they've had major corporate sponsors drop it, cave and drop it. So already the left-wing trolls are going to be just waiting for someone to post a Breitbart story, and for sure that's going to get flagged. And the left-wing editors and the fact-checkers are going to say, well, it's a white supremacist website, so therefore shouldn't consider anything. You're absolutely right. I mean, if you look at, I happen to be very active on the social media. I have 350,000 followers on Twitter, and the trolls come out at almost any post that I put up that they disagree with.
Sure.
There's people apparently just on the left who just sit in front of their computer and harass people, and they harass everyone that they possibly can. That's how Andrea Bocelli, all of a sudden this hashtag came up, boycott Bocelli, got so harassed, so cyberbullied, the blind singer with the incredible voice, that he backed out, reportedly at the request of President-elect Trump, from singing at the inauguration. It was these same trolls that are going to come up on Facebook and flag everything that's right of center.
Yeah, the bullies showing their left-wing tolerance, that's for sure. It's funny that they're worried about fake news, and they want to, but they're not worried about the real facts that got leaked from the DNC. I mean, nobody ever challenges the fact that what got leaked was true, but now they're all worried about fake news websites. James Hurston, listen, Merry Christmas to you. I'll direct people to Newsmax where they can see a lot of your articles, and also jameshurston.com is your webpage.
Thank you so much, Mark, and to you and your family and your listeners, just have a blessed Christmas, knowing that our country is going in a very different direction, and we're thankful for that.
Amen. James, have a great Christmas. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah, I appreciate having him on. Good